Hi, I'm Kevin Abbott, project lead for 3D and interactive media at Western Michigan University. I'm here with a couple of my colleagues, David Kerwin from the Department of Dance and David Code from the School of Music. And we're here to throw our support behind bringing Google Fiber to Kalamazoo. We've been integrating technology into the performing arts for 10, 12 years now, I think, since about 1998, all unfortunately without the help of a super high-speed network. And we know for all of us, our work would really be enhanced by having that network available. So your work with Clark.
Yeah, I'm the director of Clark, which is the Kalamazoo Laptop Orchestra, and we're using laptops to create digital sound and then perform them live as musical instruments and network together. And so it's really important to have a reliable, high-speed, low-latency network to be able to do real-time performance and to do collaborations with video, with dance and movement, and to be able to do collaborations with artists in other locations. So that it would be a tremendous leap forward for us in Clark to be able to have a high-speed network like Google Fiber.
It's important to, with the work as it moves forward, and I know with work we've done with you before, where the idea of sort of breaking out of the traditional performance boundary, where we're just in the theater and we're only performing it for the members who are in the theater, that we want to be able to have audience members that are in the theater and outside the theater, and even potentially participants in the event that are inside and outside. And honestly, without it, we've talked about it, but without that ability to move that data in and out in real time, it just really ends up being, well, it's just a drag, right? Because you can't get the interactivity that's out there.
You have the idea, going back in terms of our sort of data lines, actually back in 2004 when Kevin and I first talked about doing a telematic event, and I just assumed you could do it. Then we found out there were literally no data cables. So I had a $1,000 budget, and I could spend my entire budget on running one line, or Kevin came up with the idea. We faked it. So we got security cams, and we made it look like these two people could see each other in different places, and we faked the entire thing. We were such great fakers. And then to show you how quickly the technology develops, it was just 2 years ago that we were able to actually do a telematic duet with sexyteenloveidol.net. And there's another project that, given a broader spectrum and quicker access, we really could have had people outside playing the Facebook dating game as we'd sort of constructed it, and it could have taken on a whole nother twist.
But I think that, once that network was available, the things that we'd be able to do, we've talked about wanting to stream motion capture data, having a live performer doing motion capture, say a dancer in the space, and then being able to actually send that data into, say, a game engine through a plugin. Which would be great to do, but even if the pieces and parts existed, I'm pretty sure that for most people you would not be able to get that data to flow at any kind of decent rate. So everything from real-time 3D data to for us full 1080 HD to be able to project that, to be able to have that come in from remote locations or send out, would make for incredibly rich performances.
And even the idea, of having Clark play for the dancers that I direct, but from different locations. Or having those two meet, so video from the dancers, music from the Clark, motion capture or game engine coming from a different source from the lab here. The possibilities just get expanded so much more, more.
David and I earlier worked with projects of doing motion capture directly from the dancer to the laptop in terms of manipulating and controlling the music. And again, there was difficulties in terms of the latency of it. That we tried to make it work, and there was some exciting things that we could do, but we couldn't really pursue that project further because we didn't have the right kind of infrastructure to do that. Another thing is that we would love to be able to bring our performances and demonstrations and even workshops to the schools in the community, but we're locked in these rooms, essentially. We're locked in these rooms where we have the equipment and we can't take all of this out with us other places. But if we had the entire community of Kalamazoo was on Google Fiber, then when we're at the school, we'd have access to all of our various studios to be able to use live there with the students.
I know that you're getting submissions from a lot of great cities across the country, but I can say this really without hesitation, is that I doubt that you will find a more creative group that's used technology as innovatively as we have here at the university. Part of our problem is we're usually so busy creating that we have a hard time getting the word out. But I think this would be great for us, both in terms of spreading the word about our work, connecting with people in the community and outside, and bringing you in to be part of this community that's really proven itself to be innovative. So it would be great if it worked out. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks.